Good?
Yep.
Oh, that's so good. Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from Skiessentials.com. Welcome to my backyard in Morrisville, Vermont. A little different than our normal studio routine, but that's what we're dealing with right now. Before we get into anything, we are going to talk about this Salomon Stance 102 today, but before we dive into that, most importantly, we just hope everyone's staying as safe as possible, as healthy as possible, and as happy as possible. We're kind of living through unprecedented times right now. Do everything that your local authorities recommend. Follow CDC guidelines. You know, we'll all get through this together. I'd rather be in the studio, although it's a really nice Vermont spring day today. But, you know, we'll get through it. So most importantly, we hope you're staying happy and healthy. Secondly, it's still the month of March, which means it's still the Salomon month in our Ski Happy photo contest. I got the 2021 Salomon catalog with me. Basically, this month Salomon is giving away a pair of QST 106s to the winning photo, and there's also going to be 10 runner-up prizes as well. I know that ski resorts are closed around the country and around the world. Pretty tough to get out right now and get new shots of skiing. I just lost the sun, which is kind of a bummer. But anyways, it's kind of tough to get out and get new shots of skiing right now. So, you know, I'd recommend if you're hanging out at home, like most of us are doing, you know, take some time, maybe look through your shots from the season and enter a couple into the Ski Happy contest. Nice way to spend some time. You can look at other photos too. There's a gallery button on the Ski Happy page. So check it out. Definitely enter. Pretty fun thing to do right now in a fairly not so fun time to be alive. Anyways, this is the Stance 102 from Salomon. If you follow our channel or if you watch our reviews, chances are you saw the Stance 96 review. This ski follows a similar trend. You know, the Stance line in general, like we talked about, was designed to complement the existing QST collection. So where those skis are, you know, designed to be as lightweight as possible while still being relatively stable and stuff like that. But they're much more designed as kind of maneuverable, playful freeride skis than anything else. So this new Stance line is stiffer, it's heavier, there's more metal in it, more powerful, more of a hard charging style ski. So really cool. Basically the same construction holds true. Bob and I had a brief digital chat about this ski earlier that I'm going to include, but I thought first I would just kind of run us through construction. So wood core, vertical sidewalls, sandwich construction, you know, fairly traditional construction, I guess, if you'll call it that. But what's unique about this ski is those two sheets of metal that it has. So there are two sheets of metal. There's one full one along the base, one along the top. That metal sheet along the top, it's had channels removed, both in the tip, or really the forebody of the ski, as well as the tail, basically this portion right here. In that spot, basically, where they removed that material, that's where Salomon's integrating their CFX Superfiber, or CFX Fiber, which is you know, we've talked about it a lot over the years. It's Salomon's kind of proprietary blend of carbon and flax, which is really cool. So they're taking some weight out of the ski by doing that, and that's the gist of construction, basically the exact same thing that we saw in the 96. Quick talk about shape, and this is really where the 102 kind of sets itself apart from the 96. There's a lot of rocker in this ski, so pretty long tip and tail rocker. Basically what they did is they took the rocker profile from the QST 106 and kind of reapplied it to the Stance 102. So you'll hear Bob and I talk about it more, but that shape is really helping to kind of set the ski apart from some other stuff in this realm or in this category. So I think that's a perfect transition into the conversation that Bob and I had this morning. So hopefully you enjoy that, and after that's over, we'll finish up and kind of summarize here. Hi Bob, how's it going over there at home?
Good. No, I'm out here at sunny Mount Mansfield on a gorgeous. I think this was taken in June, some late snowfall in June when I was working at the golf course. But yeah, it's
It does,
beautiful out here today.
yeah, that does look pretty nice. Bob's been experimenting with the green screen options on Zoom. So yeah, we're both social distancing from home. Pretty much our whole company is working from home right now. Um, we're still open, as I mentioned earlier. Bob, it wasn't that long ago that we sat in the studio and talked about the Stance 96.
Yep.
This 102 is a little bit different. What do you think? Give me your take on performance.
In the article, one of the big things I mentioned was that tail rocker really sets it apart from both the 96 and kind of other 102 skis. So you have that built-in tail rocker like you see in the QSTs, like especially the 106 and the 118, where that tail rocker is just and it really makes a big difference. So like soft snow performance of that 102 is incredible, but it
Yeah,
has that burly build of the 96 and just that two sheets of metal that we talked about. So it's just fantastically versatile, super smooth and really strong.
yeah,
Loved it, and that test day we had was really nice. Um, Soft groomers with some fresh snow in the woods. So it was a great day for testing that ski too.
yeah. I mean, I think kind of my big takeaway on this 102 is it has a lot of the same. I mean, I guess it has a similar feel and a similar characteristic and personality as the 96,
Yep.
but it performs different. Like it is a more versatile ski. It is, I found like you're saying, kind of the edge release is a lot easier.
Yep.
Um, like um, I got to ski it in like 6 to 8 inches of snow, and it actually is surprisingly surfy, um,
Yeah, definitely.
which I feel like they did a really good job bringing that surfy feel from the QSTs and applying it to this new ski. And it's definitely more noticeable in the 102 than the 96.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And it still has that two sheets of metal construction
Yeah,
that it's just so smooth and so stable. It would have been nice to try it on some harder snow, but I wasn't complaining with the soft stuff that we had. But yeah, I mean, you could really ski the thing 1-footed, 2-footed, surf it, smear it.
yeah,
Really no complaints at all about the overall performance of that ski. And it's just cool that Solomon just kind of pulls it out of the air. Kind of we talked about with the 96 how it's not a redo of an old ski. It's a totally new thing. So it's just cool
yeah,
that they hit that on the first try, and just a ton of fun.
yeah, absolutely. No, I think it's a great ski, and I think what you said right at the start of our little conversation here, that it's setting itself apart, or it's more of a unique entity
Yeah.
than the 96. Like it's really setting itself apart from other skis in the around 100 category with metal because of
Yeah.
that rocker profile.
Yeah.
um,
And I think you'll be able to see it in the pictures that you take of the profile pics.
Definitely.
Just kind of how different that profile is. So for me, picking out that one thing that Solomon did on the ski that sets it apart, that's what I focused on in the article, and that's what I noticed the most about it on the snow for sure.
Awesome. Cool. Well, Bob, I'll let you get back taking care of your three daughters and
Oh, yeah.
social distancing over there. Hopefully, hopefully sooner than later we're back in the studio and can chat in person.
Yeah.
But until then, we'll continue having these digital chats about skis.
Well, it's nice that we're able to do that. That's for sure.
Yep, technology is an amazing thing.
Yeah, sure
Bob,
is.
have a great day. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that conversation between Bob and myself. It was really valuable for us to get to do that. It's like I said, it's tough for us to not be working in the studio, working in our normal office. Bob and I really value the opportunities we get to talk one-on-one and really sit in the studio and have a conversation that we get to share with you guys. So that was valuable for us because it was kind of filling a void in my work life, so to speak. And hopefully it was valuable for you as well because you got to see us kind of bounce some thoughts off of each other like we normally do. And I think the big takeaway for this ski is there aren't many things in this category with this much power, this much vibration damping, stability, all that stuff that we talk about when we're talking about skis with metal generally. There aren't many skis that have that, or really there might not be any skis that have that like real surfy feel, but then, or really the powerful feel, but then combine it with the surfy feel and the ability to maneuver and release and float in soft snow. So I think that's really what sets this ski apart and what makes it so special. And, I know there are going to be people out there that want to compare it to things. At first, I felt like I wanted to kind of put it in between a Mantra 102 and an Enforcer 104. Both those skis are right in the same category, pretty similar width. And I do think there's some truth to that. They're surfier than a Mantra 102, maybe not quite as playful as an Enforcer 104, but the more that I think about it, it really is not an exact or a perfectly accurate description to just put them in between those two skis, because they really are kind of their own thing, and it's a really cool thing. So think of it as its own entity, so to speak. That's kind of how I am. It's a tough ski to compare to others because it's pretty darn cool and really different. It's subtly different, but it is different than what we're seeing from other brands. So really fun, really good mix of power and surfy, soft snow maneuverability. I think Salomon did a fantastic job with this new ski, and we'll leave it at that. So again, a reminder, enter the Salomon Ski Happy Photo Contest if you haven't already. Even if you have, you can actually enter multiple photos. Looks like the sun's finally poking back out here. It's a really nice day. It's spring and kind of melting. We'll keep doing reviews. Chances are you'll see a lot more of my yard and my house as I use different spots to film and kind of fill in for our studio. But hopefully you enjoyed this kind of different, unique review. We won't see you on the slopes, unfortunately, until next season, but we'll certainly talk to you soon, and we'll keep engaging and communicating with each other until then. Thanks, guys.